love that intro music. This gets me pumped up and fired up. Yeah. We get excited and pumped up about certain stuff, and it ought to. It ought to pump us up. We ought to be excited. What's the reason not to be excited? Because we all got these lives that we're living, and we should be excited about our life, and we all want to live as long as possible. Y'all know we live as long as possible? Yes. Now, it would be so sad to live all throughout our life and not end up being happy, completed, content, satisfied. Would it not? I mean, when I sit down to eat, I don't get up until I'm full, satisfied. Do you? I mean, you don't go down and eat, 2 green beans and 1 piece of steak. I mean, you're going to eat a honking piece of steak, and then you're going to save room for banana pudding, and you're going to make sure you get a lot of green meat. Right. But so many people go all through their life, and they quit way too early, and they got still plenty more fight. And that's what brought this whole idea until I collapsed. Too many people are giving up on their marriages, or giving up on their hopes, and giving up on their dreams, and they're just laying down and quitting. Instead, what we decide that we're going to do, we're passionate about stuff, and we're going to give it our very best until there's absolutely nothing left, until we collapse. And I don't want to quit on my family or quit on my life until there is nothing left in me, and they have to bury me in the ground. I mean, I've given my all. I want my wife to know that I've given her my very best. I want my kids to know that I gave them my very best. Not that they had to have everything, but their dad gave them their very best. I mean their very best. And last week we talked about what we're passionate about. And it's obvious I'm passionate about church. I'm passionate about my kids. I'm passionate about people. I love people. So if we're passionate about stuff, when's the point we're going to quit? Well, we've determined that we're not going to quit. And last week we said, okay, we're so passionate about it, we're not going to quit, we've got a plan and we're going. And if you're like me, you start on a plan, and then there's always going to be somebody that comes up and says, you can't do that. You tell somebody, all right, man, I'm going to lose weight, and it's going to be different this time. Like, psh, you tried that 10 times, you ain't going to lose no weight. Have you had somebody tell you that? Or you tell somebody, you know what, I'm going to get married. Like, huh? Really? You can't be married? Are you kidding? And they tell you this, but you're like, man, I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about it. So here's the question we're going to start out with. Because it gets a little bit harder, because people want to try to tear you down, whatever it is you're trying to build up. Have you ever had somebody to tear down what you're trying to build?
Yes.
Whether it be your family, whether it be your life, or whether it be your job. And this time, like every time you try to take a step forward, like, okay, I'm going to get ahead, and it's going to be awesome. Some smack talkers that are telling you that it can't be done. I hate that with a passion. Cannot stand it. Cannot stand haters. It drives me up the wall. You're trying to take a step forward. Okay, God has leading me to do this. I'm going to lead my family. I'm going to take charge. Man, I'm going to take charge of my family. I'm going to lead them. I'm going to be the husband. I'm going to be the dad. And then somebody says, you ain't ever going to change. Somebody that's trying to tear down whatever it is you're trying to build up. Whatever your passion is. Some of you are passionate about sports and you're coaching. And like, man, you're the lousiest coach ever. Like, no, I'm passionate about it. I'm going to step up. It's going to be awesome. But some haters are telling you, you can't do that. You know what I'm talking about? Trying to tear down what you're trying to build up. And you're trying to take a step forward. You're trying to do exactly what you feel called to do. Whether it be quit smoking. You can't quit smoking. You've been trying to quit for 30 years. You can't do that. Oh, yeah, I can. How do we handle this? How do we handle this negativity when it comes around us? Because this is when it gets hard. See, we said last week, the first start of this, that we are passionate about things we're willing to fight. Fight for what we care about most. Then last week we said we are so passionate about it that we're going to take the next step and we're going to plan. And now we take those steps forwards. Here's where it gets a little bit harder. It gets a little bit harder. When people come at you from all directions and tell you, you can't do that. You can't do that. And they tell it to you all the time. And people told us, man, you can't have 4 kids. You got 4 girls? Do you have any idea how many weddings that is? Yeah. And we're going to encourage elopements, just so you know. So, they tell you it can't be done. That drives me insane. That drives me insane. And I don't always handle it the best. Especially when I feel God's anointing on me and God tells me I'm going to do something. Or He's leading me in that direction to do something. I don't handle that very well. Because they're not doubting me. They're ultimately who they're doubting God. Whatever it is. How do we handle it? How do we handle this negativity? How do we do this? And this is something I think that we all experience. We've all had people, we all have haters in our life. Sometimes it's family and sometimes it's not family. But we all have to deal with these haters. And how we're going to deal with it. Now sometimes you would like to do things that you shouldn't. How do we deal with this? Well, more often what we end up doing is we quit. We give up on our diet, we give up on our family, we give up on that job promotion, we give up on that lifestyle change, we give up on God, we just quit. We'll quit church, we'll quit our jobs, we'll just lay down and just quit. But we said that God has not called quitters and we're not going to quit. Or if we are passionate about it, we cannot quit until there's absolutely nothing left. We can't quit. So how can we deal with these haters and keep on going doing what God has called us to do? And again, we're following through the book of Nehemiah. And Nehemiah, he had the same thing. He had a passion for his country. He wanted to rebuild these walls that had been torn down. He was passionate about it. And he says, okay, I'm so passionate, I'm going to fight for this. Then last week we talked about he spent 4 months just planning this. And he even got the king to finance the rebuilding of these walls. And then he goes out and he surveys and he gathers all the people up and he says, guys, we lay in ruin, but we're going to rebuild this wall. And he gave this big inspirational speech, something like what you might see in the movies or something, just unbelievable speech. And now he says, all right, let's go build it. We're going to go rebuild the walls. Immediately, what happens next? Haters start coming in. And we're going to look today how he deals with these haters. And this is in Nehemiah chapter 2. And I call them haters because I don't like haters. I'm not supposed to say hate, but I hate haters. So, we're going to talk about haters. And I don't like them. This is in Nehemiah chapter 2. And we'll talk about 3 haters today that hate on Nehemiah. And Nehemiah is an unbelievable man of God. It's incredible. This is in Nehemiah chapter 2. They just had agreed to rebuild these walls. And immediately this picks up, and this is in verse 19, these 3 people. But when Sanballat, Tobiah, and Geshem, the Arabs, heard of our plan, they scoffed contemptuously. What are you doing? Are you rebelling against the king, they asked? In verse 20, he said, I replied, the God of heaven will help us succeed. We are his servants. We'll start rebuilding this wall, but you have no share, legal right, or historic claim in Jerusalem. 3 people. 3 people come up against him. Just 3 people. 3 people. He has thousands of people said, you know what? We're going to rebuild the walls. He has thousands of them that said, you know what? We're going to lead our families. We're going to rebuild this wall. And 3 people come up against him and says, what are you doing? You're rebelling against the king? You can't rebuild these walls. 3 people come against him. He has a vast army of people that says, you know what? We're with you. Heart and soul, we are with you. We're going to rebuild these walls. And 3 people come up and start giving him negative comments. You can't do that. What are you doing? You're rebelling against. You can't do that. What are you thinking? You can't do that. And we have the same thing in our lives. Then we'll have 100 people for us. And one person will make one comment like, I might as well quit. I'll just give up. Is that what we do? Sure we have. But if we're passionate about something, we're so passionate about it, we're not going to let these haters get in our way. And that's exactly what he does. And he tells them just like it is. He says, guys, you have no right. No right, no legal right. You have no historic claim. You have no right to speak into my life. And whoever you allow to speak into your life can either drag you down or build you up. And I say this time and time again, but you show me the 3 top voices in your life, and I will show you where you're at and where you're headed. The 3 top voices. You can listen to all the haters and listen to them and think, yeah, I'm not going to amount to anything. Or you can listen to the thousands of people who says, we got your back. We're going to build this wall. He focuses on the people that's going to rebuild the wall. I love this. He don't care who's in his way. I love this. And they keep right on going. They keep on saying, you know what? It doesn't matter because the God of heaven is going to help us succeed. I love that. Who's going to help you succeed in life? It ain't the haters. Haters only care about themselves. But we care about what we're passionate about. We care about what we're passionate about. I've seen so many moms and dads that they will go without so that their kids will have something. They're passionate about their kids. They will go without food just so they can make sure that their kids have food and clothes. They do that. They're passionate about it. You let some hater come up and tell them that they can't provide for their kids, man, they're going to do it. Do or die. I've seen women who will work 3 jobs just so they can find food for their families. Man, those women are awesome. You don't tell them they can't do it, they're going to do it. And here he said, God is going to help me do this. And we're going to rebuild these walls, and I'm not going to listen to you. And you'd think that, okay, that these guys would kind of get a hint. No way. But again, last week we said that we have to have a clear vision, a clear plan. He does. Guys, I don't care what you say, I'm rebuilding this wall. So it skips over here, and this is in chapter 3. Look at what happens here. He has 3 people against him. 3 people against him, and this is awesome. He gathers everybody up and starts rebuilding the wall. Now, I'm not going to read the first 3 verses. It says, then Elisha, the high priest, and the other priests started to rebuild at the sheep gate. They dedicated it and set up its doors, building the wall as far from the Tower of the 100, which they dedicated to the Tower of Hanel. People from the town of Jericho worked next to them, and beyond them was Zakur, the son of Imri. Verse 3, the fish gate was built by the sons of Manasseh. They laid the beams and set up its doors and installed its bolts and its bars. And you can read that whole part of chapter 3. And what you're going to see is hundreds of thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands of people that are rebuilding the wall. 3 people are against him. But guess what Nehemiah does? He focuses on the thousands who's with him and not the 3 that's against him. We have got to do the same thing in our life. That if we're going to succeed and we're not going to fail and we're not going to quit, we're not going to give up, we've got to focus on who's for us and not against us. Because haters are going to hate. Period. We got more people for us than against us. One person can say one comment and it drags you down and just drags you down. But you've got 100 people that says, I love you and I got your back. And here, look at how many, you can read through that whole chapter, and I encourage you to do that. You see how many people are rebuilding on this wall. And these 3 people make comments. Some of you are listening to those 3 people. Some of you, it may be somebody really close. And you listen to those 3 people. But Nehemiah focuses on the whole of great people. And you think, okay, these 3 guys, they're going to get the idea. We're rebuilding this wall. We're going to do it. We're passionate about it. We're going to do it regardless. But if you skip on over to chapter 4, look at what these guys do. This is amazing. This is verse 1. It says, and Sanballat was very angry. He was very angry when he learned that they were rebuilding the wall. He flew into a rage and he mocked the Jews. Have you ever had somebody mad at you because you decided you're going to lose weight or leave your family? And the reason why is most of the time because they're jealous. They're jealous because they want to do what you're going to do. And here he is, he flew into a rage. You see how angry he is? He flew into a rage and he mocked them. I cannot stand when people make fun of me. Especially when I'm doing something for God. Man, you're making fun of God here. But yet they did. That's how angry they was. They were so upset. Just 3 guys. Thousands are with him and 3 guys are against him. And they make fun of him and mock him. But look at this. Again in verse 2, and they were saying in front of his friends and the Samaritan officers, listen to this. What does this bunch of poor, feeble Jews think they're doing? Do they think they can build the wall in a single day by just offering a few sacrifices? Do they actually think they can make something of stone from a rubbish heap? And charred ones at that. Does this not sound like some hillbilly redneck saying this? Well, what do they think they're doing? They can't rebuild that wall out of a bunch of rubbish. Now, don't you see that thing? Do they actually think they can do that? No. I can see some hillbilly with a beard saying that. And making fun of them. And look, and he's saying it in front of the people. And he's not only saying it in front of his friends, and he's saying it in front of these other officers. And what they're doing, here's what haters will do. Haters try to get other people against you. They're trying to get other people on board and say, no, they can't do that. You believe what they're doing? And gossiping and gossiping. They can't do that. They can't do that. And that's what they're doing. And then it gets on. He gets his other friend here. He gets his other friend up. And this is Tobiah in verse 3. Tobiah the Amorite, who was standing behind him. He got him riled up. Got him going. He says, that stone wall, here's this redneck again, that stone wall will collapse even if a fox walked on top of it. Are you serious? Now this is what they're saying. Now listen to how ignorant this is. And this is how ignorant haters are, okay? It doesn't matter. All they're doing is throwing comments and cursing you and trying to drag you down when you're trying to build something up. And here, all that Nehemiah is doing is trying to lead the people to build up a wall. He's trying to build up. And yet these haters are coming at him and saying, you can't do that. A fox can't even walk on top. It's going to collapse. It's going to be nothing. And all they're trying to do is tear down what he's trying to build up. And we have people in our lives that try to tear us down instead of building us up. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard. It's hard to turn a deaf ear to it. But if we're passionate about it, are we going to let the haters take control of our lives? Or are we going to continue to let God take control of our lives and us lead our lives the way God has got it set for us? Are we going to listen to those haters? Or are we going to listen to people who love on us and who have our backs? Nehemiah, he doesn't listen to the haters. He focuses on his vision in God, and it's awesome. They came to us and said, man, they think they actually make something this rubbish. And I love Nehemiah's like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. And this needs to be our attitudes. Yeah, I do. Do you think you can actually lose that weight? Yes, I do. I'm passionate about it, and I'm going to do it. Do you think I can actually stay with this man, and we can be married and live happily ever after? Yep. Yeah, I do. I can do it, because that's what I'm passionate about, and that's what I'm going to do. You think you can actually lead your family and raise up your kids? You think you can actually do it? They're hellions. You can't raise your kids. I'm going to do it. I'm passionate about it, and I'm going to do it. You can't quit smoking. Yes, I can, and I'm going to do it. This is exactly Nehemiah's attitude. Oh, yes, I can. It is going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. He is focused on this. Had people say, you know what, I feel God's leading us. And you know, the wife said, I'm going to stay at home and I'm going to lead our family and I'm going to be the homemaker and I'm going to keep our home nice and tidy. I'm going to make sure my husband have a safe place to come to and my kids, and I'm going to invest in my kids. And somebody said, you can't do that. You can't raise a family on one income. Oh, yes, I can. If you're passionate about it, you can do it. And you take your passion with the anointing of God, you're unstoppable. Oh, but we can listen to the haters. Let them tear us down. We can listen to them and say, no, you can't do that. Nehemiah focuses on, look at what he does. This is in verse 4. I love this. He doesn't listen to the haters. Look at what he does. This is verse 4. He says, then I pray, hear us, our God, for we are being mocked. May their scoffing fall back on their own heads, and may they themselves become captives in a foreign land. Do not ignore their guilt, and do not blot out their sins, for they have provoked you to anger here in front of the builders. So he takes all these haters. He takes all the haters. He says, God, these haters are yours. But they become captives and slaves under somebody else. I don't care, but these haters are yours. Guess what we need to do in our lives? We take all the haters and say, God, they're your haters. They are hating on you. Because I'm doing what you want me to do. The haters, they're yours. Strike them down with lightning, whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. They're yours. He turns them over to God. Now, I don't want to be charged with murder, but if God takes your life, that's okay, right? Nehemiah is doing the same thing. He's turning all the haters and saying, God, they are yours. They are provoking you to anger because I'm doing what you want me to do. So they're not actually making fun of me, God. They're making fun of you. They are mocking you. He turns all of his attention not onto the haters, but he directs all of his attention towards his vision of building this wall and focusing on God. In our lives, guess what we need to do? Focus all of our attention on the vision that God's got in store for us and to God. Turn all these haters over to God. You can focus on the haters, but all they're going to do is keep on hating. And if you allow them to get under their skin, guess what they've got? They're just going to get it a little open. They've got more to get right in on your skin. And they're going to continue to tear you down and rip you apart. So that you can't do something. When God is there saying, listen, I know you can. I put this in you. I know you can. He turns it over to God. Now, there's a couple things I want you to understand about this, okay? And here's the first thing I want you to get out of this today, because we've got to get over this. No matter what, haters are going to hate. Period. You can't get rid of them. You can't do anything with them. Haters are always going to hate. They're going to always be against you, and there's not a single thing that you can do about it. And you can walk around and you can tell your wife, they're hating on me again, and she's going to tell you to man up. Because haters are always going to hate. And they're going to try to tear you down. Everything that you try to take a step forward, and these haters are going to come at you. They're going to try to tear you down. Sometimes, unfortunately, it's even our parents. Parents can even tear you down and say, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Sometimes it's church people. You can't start a new ministry. What, you want to start a ministry and do that? You can't do that. Do you not remember what you did 12 years ago? Do you not remember what you did? You can't do that. And I've said this many times again. If God can use a prostitute in the Bible, He can use me.
Yes. Amen.
Now what we need to do is focus on God and the vision, not the haters. Because haters, they're always going to hate. And just because haters are hating on you does not mean you're not doing what you're supposed to do. As a matter of fact, it probably means you are doing what you're supposed to do. They're always going to hate. They're always going to come against you. Sometimes we all think that our kids are going crazy. If you're natural, it's okay. Haters are going to hate. If we can get past this part, then we can focus on the vision that God's got in store for us. I don't want to let some hater rob away what God's got in store for me. Yeah, we do it every day. We have to make a decision just to let them keep right on hating. I'm not going to focus on them. I'm just going to let them go. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm not going to talk about anybody else. When they come at me and hate, I'm just going to turn them over to God. God, there they are. Do what you want. I am going to lead my family. I can quit smoking. I can lead my family. I can lose that weight. I can get that promotion. Because I'm letting God lead my life, not these haters. When we listen to the haters, we let them take control of my life. I don't want that. And you can look throughout all the Bible. It's all about allowing God to lead your life. Not some hater. But yet we quit when somebody makes a comment at us. When somebody tries to tear us down. So the first thing I want you to gather today is the haters are always going to hate. They're always going to try to tear you down. And every time you try to take a step forward to God, there's always going to be somebody there that says, it can't be done. We experience it here. I experienced it in my own life. I know I said this again many times, and I'll say it again whenever I felt this so burdened to start Uplift Church. The reason why we're all here today, several years ago, the first person that I told this to a preacher said, man, I feel like God's leading me to do this, start a church in a little bit different way. And he said, it can't be done. People won't come. You can't do it. It cannot be done. It cannot be done. I got a little discouraged. And I talked to my wife. And here's what she's giving the pep talk. She said, listen, is God leading you to do this? I said, yes. And she said, get up and go do it. Woo! Yeah. She said, okay. It was just a little bit of a short time later that we had several people and gathered up in my basement and said, you know what, we believe in this vision. Are you going to let this one person drag you down? Or are you going to let these other 5 families have your back? And they did. And we're here today because that vision did not die because of a hate. We're focused on God. Amen. You can lose that weight. You can lead your family. You can lead these things. Haters told us you can't have 4 kids. Because you can't. We got married. We've been knowing each other for less than a year. So you can't get married. Your marriage is never going to work. And we just celebrated 13 years. But yet some haters said, no, you can't do that. You got to at least date for 5 years and you have to live together for 2. You can't do that. Oh yeah, I can. I can lead my family. I can be honorable to my family. I can lead my life. I can quit smoking. Too many people have done it. You can do it. The problem is if we keep listening to these haters, we will never do nothing. When we start focusing on God and this vision He's going to store for our lives, I'm telling you guys, we'll become unstoppable. Unstoppable. The other thing we need to understand about haters is sometimes they come from the outside. It's people from the outside that they're not family, they're not in your inner circle, some of that you barely even know. They just catch a little wind. Something about what you're doing, and they come from the outside. These 3 people, Sanballat, Tobiah, and Geshem, they are on the outside. They're not Jews. They're not part of his family. They're not even people who's rebuilding the wall. They're the outside people. And all they're doing is making fun. They're enemies, actually, of the Jews. And they're saying, you can't do that. And they're trying to tear them down. And every time they come to Nehemiah, all he does, he focuses on God. God, I'm going to rebuild this wall. I'm not going to listen to anybody. I'm going to rebuild this wall. We're leading this people. I'm going to rebuild the wall. And he keeps right on going. And these haters, they keep right on hating. And they do not stop. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about these words and more than words. We were talking about these negative comments, that these voices that we hear, they never stop. And the haters, they will not stop. They're going to keep right going. Look what happens next. This is verse 7. These haters, look at what they do. Verse 7, when Sanballat, Tobiah, the Arabs, and the Ammonites, and the Ashdodites heard that the work was going ahead and that the gaps of the wall in Jerusalem were being repaired, they were furious. They were so angry. And look, they had made plans to come and fight against Jerusalem and to throw them into confusion. They were so angry at them rebuilding the wall that they were coming down and they were going to fight. That's how angry the haters were. But guess what Nehemiah did? We're going to rebuild this wall. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. I'm going to rebuild this wall. And I love what he does. Every time that they come, he just focuses his attention to God and prays to God. God, we're going to rebuild this wall. We're going to rebuild this wall. What do we do in our lives? Do we keep focused on it? Or we just let the haters take control? And more often than not, we let the haters take control of our life and we give up and we just lay down and quit. But guys, if we are so passionate about our families, we can't quit on our families. If we're so passionate about our futures, we can't quit on our futures. If we are so passionate about our jobs and our future and our children and all these people, then we have got to keep fighting and not quit. Because the haters are always going to hate. Nehemiah keeps right on fighting. And he leads the people. I love what he leads the people to do. I love what he ends up leading the people to do. He keep rebuilding the walls. All right, guys, let's keep building. They're hating on us. Let's build the wall. We're going to finish this thing. Anybody can start something, but we're going to finish it. Yeah. So they keep right on going. No matter who comes against you, you keep rebuilding the wall. You keep redoing whatever it is God's laid upon your heart. Whatever it is you're passionate about. You mean tell me God can lead me to be passionate about a football team, to lead them and coach them? Yes, because you have the ability to invest yourself into those players. Yeah, but I do softball, or I do baseball, or I do knitting. It doesn't matter. You lead your life and you be exactly what God wants you to be, because you can greatly impact the world around you. But not if you quit. See, I don't want to be known as a quitter. I want to be known as somebody who finishes. I want to succeed. Do we not want to succeed? We're so passionate about it. I'm not going to quit on my kids. I'm going to give them my very best. I'm not going to quit on God. I'm going to give them my very best. I'm not going to quit on my wife. I'm going to give her my very best. And I am passionate about it. And I don't care who hates against me or who has a negative comment. I am going to fight, and I am not going to quit until there's absolutely no fight left. You're going to have to bury me before I'm going to quit. Oh, but we can let the haters rob us from that. Not Nehemiah. He keeps right on fighting. And they keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. And then he hears these negative comments. These people, all of his Jews, all the people who's rebuilding the walls, they hear what's happening. And this is what they say. This is verse 12. This is verse 10. Then the people of Judah, they began to complain, and the workers are getting tired, and there is so much rubble to be moved. We will never be able to build the wall by ourselves. And I can just picture some whiny guy after him saying this and says, Nehemiah, it's too hard. I can't do it. It's too hard. Is this not something what our kids would say? Mom, I can't clean my room. It's too hard. There's clothes everywhere. And you're like, I'm sorry. You should pick them up to begin with. And we say, this is not some kid saying, this is an adult come up and say it, and he says, Nehemiah, this is too hard. We can't do this. So we got haters coming in on the outside, and now they're on the inside, their own people. And this is the comments that hurt us the worst when it comes from people that we love. Nehemiah's trying to build a wall around the city and the nation that he loves. And his own people, he's trying to help them. And his own people are saying, oh, but it's too hard. We can't do this. We will never be able to do this. And we start dragging us down. And sometimes we say, oh, maybe I can't. Maybe I can't quit smoking. Maybe I can't leave my family. Maybe they would be better off if I just left. Or maybe we can't do this. Really? Nehemiah turns his attention to God every time. Every time. He says, we can't do this. And it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Look at verse 12. It says, then the Jews who lived near the enemy, they came and told us again and again. Not just one time, they said again and again. They will come from all directions and attack us. They heard comments about the enemy and about what they're saying. They're going to attack, they're going to plot, they're going to kill us. And so they kept coming to Nehemiah again and again and again. Now, I can handle haters once or twice. Now, after about the third or fourth time, something's going to happen. Nehemiah, he keeps his cool because we don't read that he attacked them or anything. They keep coming again and again. And saying the same thing over and over. Oh no, they're going to come. They're going to come from all directions. They're going to attack us. We're going to die. We're going to die building this wall. Nehemiah, are you really going to lead us to our deaths? And this is serious. I'm talking about people's lives here. I mean, if somebody says they're going to come and attack my family with swords and all that, it's serious. This is how serious this is. Sometimes the people that come against us are the people that we're closest to. Whether it be our family, whether it be your boss, whether it be the people around you, I'm talking about those three voices in your life. Sometimes those voices, sometimes these haters are the people that are the closest to you. And the people that are closest to you can make you quit way too soon. I've seen too many husbands and wives. I've seen too many boyfriends and girlfriends. I've seen too many families be destructive over one comment, one hater, and tear you up. Sometimes these haters, they can come from within your own inner circle of people. The people that you love the most, and they can really hurt you. So I do a pretty good job at blocking myself from all the haters. They can keep right on hating. But my inner circle of people, they can really hurt me. My wife, she speaks life into me. She can really hurt me. I've got other people, a few key people who I allow to speak into my life, and they can say things, and they can do that. These people here, they're close to Nehemiah. He loves these people. And they're coming and saying from all directions, they're going to attack us. We cannot rebuild this wall. We cannot rebuild this wall. So sometimes the people, they come from the inside. They try to tear us down. Haters. Sometimes it's the very people you love that you go to bed with every night. And they're telling you that you can't do it. You'll never change. The question is, are we going to listen to them? Or are we going to keep on fighting? Are we going to keep on doing this passion, are we going to keep on? Or are we just going to give up and quit? That's the question we've got to ask ourselves. What are we going to do? Are we going to listen to all them? Are we going to listen to all the haters? Or are we going to press on? Man, if I quit every time somebody told me I couldn't do something, then I wouldn't do anything. But yet many of us don't do anything because the haters keep dragging us down. It's time for us to finish what we started. We're passionate about our families, we're passionate about our future, we're passionate about our kids. If you're passionate enough to quit smoking, I'm just going to tell you, you can't. If you're passionate enough to, man, I just can't do this. Yes, you can. If you're passionate enough about it, yes, you can. Not if you listen to all the haters. Because haters always want to hate. But you don't understand is my own family is against me. Then you show them different. You show them that you can do this. You can quit. You can change with the power of God upon you. You can. Yeah. Not sure if on your own strength, yeah, it's going to get tired, it's going to get weak, it's going to be hard. But the closer you get to your finish line, it's going to get even harder. You're losing weight, you're great, you're 5 pounds from your goal, you've already lost 110 pounds, you're like 5 more pounds, you're ready to go. And you go to the grocery store to buy some health food, and Twinkies are on sale. Buy one, get 20 for free for $5.99. You're like, I gotta have them. You're so close to being done. Are you going to finish it? Are you going to listen to all the haters? You have a choice to make. Are you either listen to them or press on? If we listen to haters, we won't finish anything. But if we press on, not only will we be finishers, we can show our kids, we can show our spouse, we can show the world that we're not quitters, that we're not going to quit on. The question is, what are you going to do? You're passionate about something, whatever that may be. And I know that today I've talked about marriage, losing weight, and smoking. So whatever it is you're passionate about, it doesn't matter. Whatever that is. You're passionate about being a homemaker, then go do it. You can live it on one income. You might have to change your budget a little bit, but you can do it. Whatever it is God's like, God, I'm telling you, you can do it. But you can't do it when you listen to all the haters. It's time for us to press on. And quit listening to all these haters. Nehemiah, he focuses on this, and I love this. The people that are belly aching, they're complaining. Look at what he does. I love this. This is verse 14. I love this. He turns his attention to what matters most. This is verse 14. He says, then as I looked over the situation, so he's looking at all the people, he's looking at the wall, he's looking over all what's going on. As I looked over the situation, I called together the nobles and the rest of the people and said to them, I love this. Don't be afraid of the enemy. Remember the Lord, who is great and glorious. Fight for your brothers, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your homes. He's reminding them of who God is and reminding them of why they're rebuilding this wall to begin with. And we need to be reminded. When haters are coming at us and tell us you can't lose that weight, you can't change, you can't do this, we need to remind them of why we're doing it to begin with. I am going to fight. I'm going to fight for my kids. I'm going to fight for my health. I'm going to fight for my future. I'm going to fight for that job. I'm going to fight for that promotion. And I'm not going to let anybody else tear me down. I am going to fight, and I'm not going to quit until I collapse. I'm going to fight until there's absolutely nothing left. I'm going to fight because I am not a quitter. Yeah. I'm going to fight. And Nehemiah, he reminds them, guys, we need to fight. We need to fight with everything that we've got. What are we going to do? Are we going to give up, guys, or are we going to fight? You've been through 8 bad relationships. Are you going to fight for that one? You're going to fight for that perfect one. You may have had bad experiences in the past. That's great. Your past is in the past. Are you going to fight for your future? Or are you going to live back in the past? Are you going to fight for your family? Or are you just going to give up and quit? Are you going to fight for what you're most passionate about? Are you going to let everybody else rob you from this glorious victory? Or are you going to quit? Are you going to quit? I like to watch The Biggest Loser, and it's amazing to see these people that weigh like 300, 400, 500 pounds, and at the end of this, It's amazing transformation, but you see some people along, they tap out and they give up. The people who finish all the way through the end, and even after they get off the show and they end up, man, it's amazing what happens. It's amazing. They don't quit. Do not quit. I don't want to be known for a quitter. I want to be known as a finisher. What are you going to be known for? Are you going to listen to all them, or are you going to press on? Nehemiah, he reminds them to press on and reminds them of why they're fighting. And today we need to be reminded of why it is that we're going to be passionate. Why it is that we're going to fight for our kids. Why is it we're going to be fighting for our future? The question is, what are you going to do? Right now in your life, what are you going to do? Are you going to fight? Even when it gets hard, even when the haters come, even when the people, whether they're inside people or whether they're outside people, are you going to listen to all them? Or are you going to fight? Change? You can change. Your future can be different. Your future is going to be completely different than your past. If you keep listening to the haters, you're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. Today's the day. That aside, I'm going to fight for what's important. And even when the people come against me, I'm going to keep on fighting. I'm going to lead my family. I'm going to show them what a dad can do. I'm going to show them what I can do. Right now, what is your answer? Are you going to listen to the haters, or do you choose to fight? I'm going to ask you to bow your head and close your eyes just for a minute. And I have no idea what you may be going through. I don't know what your future is. I don't know what you've been through. But right now, you've been given a choice, a challenge. Are you ready to fight? Or are you going to keep listening to all the haters? Are you willing to fight? Are you willing to fight? God, would you search our hearts right now? You've given a burden and a vision and a passion inside of us. Some of us, God, we do need it. We do need to step it up and finish, God, what you've started. We got people who come against us, who are trying to drag us down and tire us down. But God, today we're making a decision that we're going to fight. And we're not going to quit. As you continue to pray, those of you this morning says, you know what, that's me. I'm going to choose to fight. I'm choosing to fight for my family. I'm going to fight for my finances. We're going to get out of debt. We're going to be debt free. And I'm going to fight for that. I'm not going to quit. Those of you keep letting other people walk all over you, say, nope, today's the day. I'm going to fight for my future. I'm going to fight for my job. I'm going to fight for that promotion. My kids are worth it. My family is worth it. My future is worth it. I'm willing to fight and not quit. I want to pray for you. Those of you who says, yes, you know what, I'm willing to fight. I'm not going to quit. I'm willing to fight. I want to pray for you. Those of you who says, you know what, I'm making that commitment. I'm making that commitment to God. I am willing to fight and I will not quit. You just stick your hand up. Nobody's looking around. I'm willing to fight. Hands are going up there. I'm willing to fight and I am not going to quit. I just want to pray for you. Those of you raise your hands up. I'm willing to fight for the things I care about most. And I will not quit. Even when the haters come. Even when they tell me it can't be done. I'm going to fight and I am not going to quit. God, I pray right now for all these hands that are raised. People says, you know what, I'm going to fight. I care about it most. And I'm going to fight. I'm not going to listen to everybody else. I'm going to fight. And I am passionate about it. And I'm not going to let anybody turn me away from it. I'm going to keep on fighting. God, I pray for all these right now. That you would bless them. That you would fill them up, God, with your glory. And as they are passionate about these things, that they would fight and not quit. Even when the haters come. That we're going to fight. And we're going to fight passionately and boldly. And we're going to do what other people say we can't. And when we get the end, God, we're going to give you all the glory and the praise. Because we're going to follow you. And when the haters come, God, we're going to keep right on praying. We're going to lean right to you and let you lead and guide our lives. So God, right now, as we choose to fight, may we be known as fighters and not quitters. Those of you here today, you got things going on in your life. Maybe today's the day that you know what, I can't fight when I'm not on the winning side. And some of you are fighting against God right now. Well, it can change. It sure can change. You can turn over 1,000 new leaves and still walk this exactly out these doors exactly the same as you came in. Would you allow God to take control of your life so you can quit and fight against Him and fight for what you care about most? You can change, but you can't change on your own. It's all about you giving God your very best and leaving all the results up to Him. So you this morning, you know what, I'm ready to quit fighting against God and I'm ready to give it all to God. Would you call on God right now and say, God, I give you my life. I'm tired of sinking. I'm tired of struggling. I'm ready, God, to give it all over to you. I need your help so I can lead my family. I need your help, God, so I can give my very best to my family, to my friends, to my future. God, it's worth it. Would you call on God right now and say, Lord Jesus, take my life. Take my life. Make me brand new. Fill me with you. God, I've messed up. And I've sinned. I ask you to forgive me of all my sins. Take control of my life, that I may live my life with you. I accept Jesus as my Savior. Now help me. Help me to lead my family and live my life with you. You just prayed that prayer today. You no longer belong to this world or Satan. Now you belong to God. All of them had the opportunity to pray for you. You just prayed that prayer today. Said, if you just stick your head and said, I prayed that prayer today, and my life is never going to be the same. God, we love you and thank you for all that you do. We thank you for changed lives. We thank you for your word and how it speaks to us. And this story of Nehemiah, God, that we can't listen to all the haters, but we're going to listen to you and focus on you and let you lead and guide us. God, I ask you now that you to lead us, that we wouldn't be known as quitters, but we would be known as fighters. We're not going to let other people drag us down, that we're going to lead our lives with boldness because we're doing exactly what you have called us to do. I ask God you help us as we fight for what we're passionate about most, that we would never forget or lose that passion or that zeal, that we keep on fighting and do not quit. I ask God your blessings upon us as we fight for what we care about most. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Would you give God some praise?